Force IAF and the Civil Administration of Arunachal Pradesh have started search and rescue operation early this morning of the AN-32 aircraft that remained missing since last afternoon. Defence PRO Wing Commander Ratnakumar Singh today said that search and rescue operation has resumed as weather cleared up. 2 Mi-17s and 1 ALH have been already deployed with the ground party of Army and ITBP to trace the missing aircraft, and that more assets may be deployed depending on requirement. Women folk of Nambol Phoijing Awang and Makha Apunba Nupilog jointly took out a torch rally last night protesting against the increasing substance abuse by many youngsters in the surrounding area and other related crimes. The torch rally covered every nook and corner of Phoijing Makha Laikai and was participated by a huge number of women volunteers of the women bodies. Heavy rainfall since the past 72 hours have wreaked havoc in Tripura, leaving 9 people injured and thousands of people have rendered homeless. As per a report which was released by State Emergency Operations Center last evening, around 1,746 people have taken shelter in 12 camps and 9 people were injured between June 1st till yesterday. Reportedly, all the people were residents of West Tripura and Sepahijala districts. The Assam government yesterday decided to reduce the minimum age for becoming a panchayat head to 25 years from the existing 35 years. The decision was taken during a cabinet meeting. However, the norm of having a maximum of 2 children for the same post will remain, an official report said. The NACNK will not sign the national ceasefire agreement with the Myanmar army in spite of repeated aggression they face from the troops. According to a source, NACNK spokesperson Joseph Lamkang said that their group wants to continue their fight for sovereignty of the Naga people. Myanmar in reality doesn't care for the real aspiration of the Nagas, he stated. The first session of the 10th Sikkim Legislative Assembly was held in Gangtok yesterday. The newly elected members of the House were administered the oath of affirmation by Pro Tem Speaker Sangye Lepcha. Among the newly elected members of the Assembly, 16 members from 17 constituencies were from the ruling government led by Sikkim Krantikari Morcha SKM President and Chief Minister P.S. Gole, and 13 members from 15 constituencies were from the opposition, Sikkim Democratic Front led by Pawan Chamling. An Indian origin woman in the US has been sentenced to 22 years to life in prison for strangling her 9-year-old stepdaughter to death in a bathtub, a crime described as unimaginable by the court. 55-year-old Samdai Arjun of Queens, New York was convicted last month of second-degree murder by a jury that deliberated for less than 1 hour before Queens Supreme Court Justice Kenneth Holder. She was sentenced to an intermediate term of 22 years to life in prison. The clause recommending mandatory Hindi teaching in all schools were dropped from the National Draft Education Policy yesterday, after the union government faced an intense backlash from Tamil Nadu as well as protests from some other states. However, the revised draft retains the recommendation to introduce a 3-language formula from Class 1 onwards. It simply removes the clause stipulating the specific languages that students must choose. On a 3-day visit to Britain, US President Donald Trump, along with his wife Melania Trump, met Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace yesterday, after he kicked off his state visit to Britain by branding the London mayor a loser and weighing in on the Brexit debate. Mr. Trump's visit comes at a difficult time for Britain when Prime Minister Theresa May due to step down within weeks over her handling of her country's exit from the EU. Bhutan Prime Minister Dr. Lothe Tsering had yesterday on social media extended birthday greetings to Queen of the Himalayan Kingdom, Her Majesty Gyaltsen, on her 27th birthday. In his birthday message he wrote, "She is an embodiment of grace and affection." He added, "What we don't realize and subsequently fail to appreciate is the role she plays in offering unconditional support to our beloved, His Majesty the King, and all his royal initiatives." Sudan's Transitional Military Council today said that it has cancelled all previous agreements with the main opposition coalition and called for snap elections following deadly violence in the capital, Khartoum after security forces moved to disperse the main protest camp outside the defense ministry. As per a report, security forces stormed a protest camp in the Sudanese capital Khartoum in the early hours of last morning. An opposition-linked medic said that 35 people were killed in what is the worst violence since the overthrow of President Omar al-Bashir in April.